Hello, Jesus, salve, for Christ's sake, which language am I going to use? I'm madly in love with this instrument. It's a baritone ukulele. Is the last edition, if we don't consider the bass ukulele. That's another kettlefish. It's the last through blue tuned like a ukulele, even lower but tuned like a ukulele instrument. Many ukulele players pick on this instrument, and those who play it, they think, oh, it's not a real ukulele, it's a guitar, it sounds like guitar. Well, I beg to differ. A guitar has 6 strings, but it's tuned like the first 4 strings of a guitar. Well, that's true. Most of the time it is, and I think it's the best tuning. But if you have many baritone ukuleles, you can tune like in 5-6 different manners. This is basically I tune a half a tone lower, but is a standard tuning with re-entrant on the 4th. I have another standard tuning with re-entrant on the 1st, so the first and the last string are 1 octave lower. I have a one that is standard ukulele tune, standard baritone D, G, E, B, E, and another one with a high D. But since I would like to have this is going to be tuned like a tenor guitar, C, G, D, E. But the mellowness of baritone, it's in D, G, E, B, E tuning with a low D. That's the fullness of the instrument. For some reason, re-entrant tuning was never standard. Has never been a standard tuning, and that characterized and put it more on the side of a guitar. Well, that's a big difference. Not only the 4 strings, but a baritone can be tuned with a re-entrant tuning. A guitar, as a rule, can't, because of the 6 strings. Could be, but I don't know. I never seen the 4 strings, 4th, re-entrant, and 2 other strings regular tuning. But given the size and the scale, oh, that's another mellowness. If I think about all the stringed instruments and I have to pick one for the sweet sound, sweet but full, that's a baritone ukulele with a regular no re-entrant tuning. Regular means the standard on a baritone, starting from the D. Problem: many ukulele players are not used to transposing. Actually, chord shapes are just the same, just when you play a C, a G shape, actually you're playing a D shape. Here not. but on a regularly tuned, standard on a baritone, not the standard on the other ukuleles, is going to be a D. So what do you need to do? You move everything up a fourth. What does it mean? If you have to play a C shape, actually play F shape. In time, not only you learn how to play the baritone, but you learn how to transpose. So if you have a song you're playing on a tenor, you want to play F, just think it's a baritone, or vice versa. If you learn on a baritone, you learn the what is if you want to play an F, you have to play the other way around, the fifth. You have to play a C chord shape. Is it difficult? No. Can you get confused? Yes. Why? Just because sometimes you are distracted and you have two systems tell you. I played the recorder, and the one is C shape, the C shape is tuned C, and the other last note everything closes with F. And if you do that on a regular basis, you can do it. This is the ukulele. They can be tuned in very different systems. Usually you can change one note up, lower and up. You can, given the size and having the right strings, have a standard ukulele tuning, G, C, E, A. Actually this is on half a tone lower, because I found that with circular strings there was too much tension. And tuning everything half a tone lower make the instrument they're not loose, they're just right on the money, at least for me. So this tuning is a guitar-like tuning. It's a small guitar. The other tuning is a tuning that apparently is in the pitch of a guitar and has a mellowness of the ukulele. Same tuning, different size, different sounds. Different size, different tuning, same sound but higher. This is more or less the sound of a guitar, higher. So it can be, you can have the same feel, the same kind of crisp sound of a guitar. This has nothing to do with the mellow, sweet sound of a ukulele. This is piercing. A baritone ukulele is tuned the standard way, starting from a D, the lowest note, is a very good member of a ukulele orchestra. Yet, because I was speaking Greek, yeti, or means no, because it bridges the gap between the highest pitch instruments and the lowest pitch instrument. Actually, I would use soprano D tuning, concert C tuning, maybe one baritone always C tuning, another one B flat or A tuning, and then the baritone, and then a bass instrument. Just take a double bass, okay? Just because it's very a very good sounding instrument, well rounded, full, powerful, and can be played acoustically, not the bass ukulele. As you know, I'm not a big fan of a bass ukulele, not because of the tuning, because of the no-name ukulele, and because of the fact that it's too short in scale and the size. And I don't like these rubbery big strings that sound a little bit fake. No, just bigger instrument, long strings, nylon core. What is what Taylor did? Or Ohana is an instrument like this. Actually, Ohana is less ukulele-ish because it's not nylon string, it's steel string and wound instrument. So this is in defense of this instrument that is good to me, because I can play everything and I'm not in the ukulele word, but it has a ukulele sound, not this, the other one. Tuned like this is a high-pitched guitar that, for some reason, every time you have two instruments tuned the same, the guitar-like instrument is bigger. As you have a baritone and a guitar that tune the same, the guitar is much bigger than a baritone. This is tuned like a soprano, a concert, but it's much bigger. The bigness gives the guitar-like sound, if you catch my drift. Usually you don't have junk instruments when it comes to baritone ukuleles. They just don't make them. There are cheap ones, but not really toys. They are braced for this. The problem with a small body guitar and half size is that sometimes they are not braced for baritone strings, so putting baritone strings on them can be a problem, while these instruments are braced. More strongly. Other thing, usually these are not considered instruments for children, and it's quite difficult to find very good on the market called children's guitar. This is not a child guitar. Having said that, I find myself very at ease on a baritone because I like guitars. I have many of them over there. I have a classical guitar. You had another classical guitar. I would tune like this, like a baritone. Actually, I would tune one note lower. I would get a 3/4 guitar, one note lower. That means extra hard tension on a 3/4 guitar. Much more ukulele-like sound, starting from the A and having the same distance from the A, D, and then everything would be half a tone higher, because from this and this there's a half a tone, they are half a tone closer, and that will make a real bass ukulele the way I see it. Having 6 strings, I will double this and double this, but I have to make it. I cannot, because the 2 and 3 are 3. I will double the lowest and double this, and this double with an octave string. That would be my personal take on a bass ukulele the way I see it. They can be played with the same technique about baritone, and just lower to keep the baritone, the ukulele sound. Just because I don't use the first 4 string of a guitar, but I start from the 5th in La, Re, Sol, Si, A, D, A flat, C, or is La, Re, flat, B flat, boom. Anyway, that was a long video where I defend an instrument that is to my liking.